My name is Aaron Guy Leroux, and I'm a photojournalist and documentary photographer.
How did Douse the Gas come about? Yeah, this is an interesting photo. I was standing underneath this overpass. That overpass that you can see in the photo, the pillars, those are the highway that dumps right into Admiralty. So a lot of the footage that people have seen on TV is just out of frame to the right there. That's been like the place where the seat of government is. The police headquarters is right there. Legco is up there. So that's where a lot of that fighting has taken place. On this day, protesters had gotten into large groups, and they were a couple hundred meters away all around the police station. The police station is a building you can see kind of in the background there a little bit. So, to the left, out of frame, behind me where I'm standing about 80 or 100 meters is a group of protesters. To the left, out of frame, is a group of protesters. Down the road to the right, a couple 100 meters, 200 meters, is another group of protesters. So they're kind of encircling the police headquarters. The police were back down a small access road, and they were lobbing tear gas just indiscriminately. Even on the overpass, there were some protesters kind of on the highway a little bit as lookouts. So the police felt that they were, being surrounded, and they're just lobbing tear gas indiscriminately. And most of it is landing right where myself and this protester were. So it's him, one protester, myself, and 5 or 6 other journalists, and it's just raining down around us. Clink, 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 these little tear gas shells. And we're like, who the hell are these guys gassing? Well, it was us. So I had my 2 cameras on me that day. I had my digital, and I had my Nikon F6, a 35 mil camera I have been covering the protests with. And that protester, a tear gas shell just landed right in front of us and started spewing gas, and he just kind of casually walked up and poured it out, poured his water onto it to put it out. No big deal. And, it's just, it happened right in front of me. So I framed him up and I took a shot, and I really didn't think much of it. But when it came back from the lab, I was just like, wow, it looks so great. His gesture, his position, the light in the frame, the details in his jacket. It's just like, it's a nice photo. It looks really good. It's a little dramatic, and then rendered in the black and white on 35 mil, it looks really cool. But then, there's something symbolic about it. So much of what these protesters have been doing is, extinguishing tear gas in all these myriad ways that they've discovered from the internet and from learning and stuff. So they're out there hitting them back at police with tennis rackets. They're putting them in containers full of mud and extinguishing them. They're putting traffic cones over them and pouring water into the traffic cone. It's just they've got a million ways to put these things out. But it just struck me the casual nature of how that protester related to the tear gas. It's just like, yeah, it's no big deal. We've seen this a million times. Pour a little water on it, and it's all good. But yeah, the photo came out, and I like it a lot, actually. And and that day, that was the start. The protesters eventually converged and kind of tormented the police at the police station for a few hours, throwing bricks and Molotov cocktails and all kinds of stuff. And the water cannon truck came out and hosed people down. It was a long and difficult day.